I'm Anastasia Chatzka, a fashion designer with over 20 years of experience and a sewing educator. And I'm really excited you're here to share another sewing adventure with me today. Welcome to Sew Anastasia, and today I'm going to show you how to create sequin applique. I just created a dress for a client and I was posting on Instagram and everybody was like, how did you create those sequin appliques? How did you do that? Well, today I'm going to show you exactly how I created those sequin appliques on the dress. If you're not already a subscriber to Sew Anastasia, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when all the new videos come out. Also, I'm now teaching sewing classes in person and virtually, so make sure you check them out at sewanastasia.com and join the fun. You're going to need the following supplies to create a sequin applique. You're going to need 2 different sequin fabrics, contrasting preferably. You're also going to need a little bit of heat and bond. This is a type of interfacing. It's basically glue on both sides. You're also going to need some thread. I'm going to be using a contrasting thread so it's nice and easy to see. You're also going to need some pins and some scissors. Your first step is going to be cutting a piece of heat and bond as big as your applique is going to be. We're going to iron it on the back side of the sequin fabric that you want the applique out of. So I'm just going to be making some little polka dots. So I just cut a little piece of heat and bond, and now we're going to go to the ironing board and we're going to iron it down. Okay, so make sure the right side of your fabric is face down and that you're putting the heat and bond on the back side of your fabric. And then make sure your iron is hot. You can also put a piece of muslin over this, but I just wanted you to see this really well, so I didn't. Make sure you have your iron at the appropriate setting so you're not melting your sequin fabric. And now it's glued on. Next, grab your pencil and let's draw out the shape that you want to create an applique of. Or it could be a letter. I also did letters on mine and numbers. I'm going to be using the bottom of my coffee cup because I wanted to create some polka dots. Okay, so I now have my circle drawn out and I can go ahead and cut right along the pencil line. Okay, so one side has the sequins and the other side has the heat and bond. Now grab the fabric that you're going to apply the applique to and let's remove the backing, the paper backing that's on the back of your applique piece. Okay, ooh, static. Okay, so you'll notice the glue on the back and it's clear, which is great because you can see through the sequin fabric. Now let's go back over to the ironing board and iron this in place exactly where we want it. And this is going to prevent it from moving while we're sewing. So you want to make sure your glue side is face down on the right side of your fabric and grab your iron. It's also a great idea to put a piece of muslin or a pressing cloth down. And let's iron it in place with some hot steam. Again, make sure you have the proper setting for your fabric so you're not melting your fabric. Okay, and now if we lift it up, our black circle is permanent on there. But we also want to go back and we're going to put a satin stitch all the way around the edge so it looks nice and professional. Now grab your thread and let's head over to the sewing machine and sew this polka dot down. You're going to want to select a satin stitch because it's going to nicely cover this raw edge and it'll give us a nice line of stitches around it. So a satin stitch is a condensed zigzag stitch, which means the stitch length is super short. So it ends up creating a bar of stitches wherever you're sewing. So this machine has a lot of different options for satin stitches. So we're going to select one. I think I'm going to select stitch number 15. But if you don't have a bunch of different satin stitches to select on your machine, all you need to do is select your zigzag stitch and make the stitch length super short. We have a lot of different satin stitches to choose from here. I'm just gonna go with a very basic one. I'm gonna choose number 11, and you'll notice over here on the screen that it looks like a zigzag stitch with a short length. So if I go ahead and make the stitch length longer, oops, that's wider. If we go ahead and make it longer, you'll see it is a zigzag stitch. So I'm gonna go ahead and make it tighter again, and now we are ready to applique. When we're satin stitching, we wanna make sure that the raw edge of the sequins of the black piece I have here is in the center of the foot. That way my zigzag stitch is going on my polka dot and off my polka dot and binding the edge and covering it up. The satin stitch does not move fast because it's so condensed. So make sure you're not pushing it or pulling it, otherwise you're gonna end up with uneven stitches. And just keep guiding it. When you get to the end, fix and cut. We did it! We finished it! This is how you create a sequin applique. Super, super easy. Satin stitch is the key to making this look professional and finished. Also, if you use a matching thread, it looks like the sequins just blend right into the other fabric. I chose to do contrasting threads so that way you could really see what I was doing. I would love to see your creative projects with the sequin appliques, so make sure you DM them to me or tag me at Anastasia so that way I can share your creativity with everyone else. Thanks so much for watching Sew Anastasia today. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, give it some applause, and let me know what you thought of it down below as well. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook and Pinterest and Twitter and all those other fabulous social media websites so that way we can stay connected and inspired. And don't forget to tag me in your projects. I can't wait to see them. And if you're not already a subscriber to Sew Anastasia, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when all the new videos come out. Also, if you'd like to take a sewing class with me, you can do it in person or virtually. You can sign up at sewanastasia.com. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!